Hey guys, I'm the Fact Freak and welcome to today's video where we're looking at another absolute reprobate from TikTok, Pearl Price. And before we get into it, I can't show you a clip without needing this trigger warning. The following video contains content that some viewers may find sensitive or distressing. I strongly advise viewer discretion. This video discusses topics that might invoke an emotional response or raise uncomfortable questions. It is important to approach this content with respect and an open mind. Please be aware the intention of this video is to raise awareness and promote understanding. It is in no way meant to alarm, harass or cause undue distress to anybody. We have carefully created this content to strike a balance between shedding light on important issues and maintaining a safe and respectful viewing experience, and hopefully some laughs along the way. If you feel the content discussed in this video may be triggering for you, I suggest considering your emotional well-being before proceeding. Remember, it is acceptable to step away or seek support if needed. Self-care and prioritising your mental health is essential. We kindly request all viewers to engage in constructive dialogue within the chat and comment section. And with that said, enjoy.
Like touch grass and get out in the fresh air instead of in how he references to me every single time. It says, oh, racist Pearl. Racist Pearl. Fact Freak, I know you want...
Right, ladies.
Well, come on, for to tell you. Luke will not be apologising. How's about that? He won't be apologising. Now, fuck orangutan.
Oh, yeah. Oops, Derry.
Watching Team Speedo all the way.
Pearl. No. Stop.
I am stopping. I am stopping.
No, listen, I love you, but stop.
Right.
Oi!
How's about that?
Oh my God.
Going if you're going to start all that
I'm not saying anything. Word. Now, listening into that live, I know how that come across, but I'm not going to stop using that word. And I know I can't stop using that word. That is the word I use, and I'm going to use it.
So yeah, that is what Pearl is mainly used for, dropping racial slurs in arguments with people and just being genuinely a horrible human being. Now recently somebody pulled her up on her racism and her response was to suggest that she should do the following. So as you can see here, Pearl is in the top box there looking like a leather handbag, and she's talking to Angie and Ems. Now Hustle is the guy who's pulled her up on her racist comments, as well as many others of course, and this is what Pearl thinks is appropriate.
So FYP, Hustle isn't young boys. Pardon, in my opinion.
It's the fact that she laughs with what I can only suggest is the voice of somebody who smokes 20 Benson a day and thinks that it's a win to say these sort of things.
I want to talk about what this pregnancy.
That's absolutely vile. And he roughed her up.
Absolutely vile to lie about DV. And did you hear her? I've got a great idea. I'm going to lie about domestic violence. Who in their right mind will ever believe anything that she says?
People's not living.
Never like this before. Are you talking about Hustle being into young boys and
here she is telling randoms.
roughing the other party up?
Don't forget to hit thumbs up on this video, guys, and push it out so more people can see what this woman's about, and let us know in the comments exactly what you think of her. Now, in response to this, Hustle shared a news article with his followers when live. However, he got the wrong side of the stick on this one, but we're going to go into it and discover the links between this news article and Pearl Price and what the actual truth behind this is, because it's not as black and white as Pearl would want you to believe. So first of all, it's a horrific title, as you can see. County Durham grave robbers steal brothers. Now you can see that. Now, the grave in County Durham was the final resting place of Levi George Price, 16, who died in 2001, and Gareth Price, also 16, who died in 2005. Now, we're definitely going to be talking more about Gareth Price. Now, officers were called to the cemetery on Bridge Street on Saturday. Police described the thieves as sickening. They added the crime could be linked to two recent incidents in Darlington in which vehicles appear to have been deliberately driven into houses. A stolen lorry was reversed into the bay window of a semi-detached property last week after a stolen horsebox smashed into a home on the outskirts of the town. Police have previously said that the two incidents with the vehicles could have been linked to an earlier... Now, I'm not going to read that bit, but you can see it there. Here's some of the photos. Now, Superintendent Adrian Green said this has taken things too far. It is depraved and goes against the religions and cultural beliefs of decent people. So sort of putting it out that it was like a tit-for-tat thing maybe between two families. Obviously, we'll continue reading on. What I'd like to say to the community is this feud, a feud between families has to stop, and we need anyone with information about this incident or the wider feud to contact us. The incidents to date have been targeted and do not involve the wider community directly. It is believed that damage took place overnight on Friday. Now, this is the sentence right here. Gareth Price was found hanging in a Lancaster Farms Young Offenders Institution in January 2005, the day before he was to be sentenced for, and you can see that. Now, like I say, we're going to look into that. But anyway, this article had been dropped. Hustle got it the wrong way round. And let's see what Pearl had to say about this incident and this particular person being up for that horrendous charge.
So much want to tell the backstory of it, but it's not my story to tell.
Then she's going to proceed to tell the backstory, or her version of it.
Saying he unalived himself before he was sentenced with the next day with a rape charge. I wish everybody knew the backstory to all of this.
Oh yeah, please justify rape to us.
Because it wasn't like that at all. One thing I will say, right, I am going to say it about the rape charge, right? We're off a gypsy family, and me cousin and this young lady got together. Her family didn't like it because he was a gypsy. Anyways, one thing led to another, and she fell expectant. Then, because the family give her the ultimatum, either get rid of it or we're going to the police with it for the ages of them. But in our family, they all get married young, right? So, anyways, which that's nothing to do with it, but...
Well, it is. The girl was 17, he was 16.
They all get married young. And that's just what it is. Same as she couldn't help, she fell in love with somebody from the gypsy community, and the same as he couldn't help that he fell in love with.
No, here comes the tears. Here comes the tears. I've got something for you, Pearl. I've got something for you. Here we are. I'll just put it down there, and I'll move myself over here so we can all see this award-winning performance.
Somebody from the non-gypsy community. So anyways, the little girl wouldn't get rid of the baby, so the family went to the...
Little girl. Weird phrase, that.
Police. So it's great shame fetched on somebody if they ever, call for doing anything like that, right?
Why do these TikTokers always make all the crying noises in the faces, but no tears? No tears. I know her face is dry, but...
Anyways, she wouldn't get rid of the baby.
and he couldn't cope with being blamed for that. And so it shows how serious it was when he took his life. There's the backstory, and if I...
I'm sorry, like, are we supposed to feel sorry for somebody who raped someone?
get into trouble off the family for mentioning that, I'm getting into trouble.
Yeah, your big mouth often gets you into trouble, doesn't it? Which, look at me, just rearranging things because I've just lost it. But yeah, your big mouth often gets you into trouble, doesn't it?
Because Zach is scandalising my family up and down, then saying a family...
Scandalising? That's a new word.
Feud. My family never done that. It was done to my family. We don't...
Your family member raped someone. I mean, like, none of the crimes mentioned are acceptable, obviously. But I'm sorry, but I don't think anybody will ever feel sorry for a rapist. I'm sorry, not one bit.
Who done it, and it was done to our family. There was a few graves that was, like, thinged over that time.
Could it have been in response to the fact that one of them was a rapist?
But shame on you, Zach. Shame on you. And I swear to God, I hope anything like that never comes to your door. Shame on you. But anyways, it wasn't
Where's the tears? Where are the tears?
my story to tell, but I've
The GCSE drama is this.
told the part about that. So, Zach, honestly, you little
It's the way that, like, the just stops to make phrases, and it starts again for different phrases.
you know what you are. I swear to God, you'll get your blessings from him.
Completely straight-faced now and threatening.
Both, you'll get your blessings. You push me to the point to say that now, and if it goes on...
Oh, yeah, somebody else's fault, yeah. Somebody else's fault. It isn't because you were trying to tell the internet that Hustle was into young boys and they committed DV, and then Hustle then brought up the news. It isn't at all possibly a butterfly effect of your own reactions. Pearl, you're going to have to Google butterfly effect. I don't think you'll know what it means.
I swear to God, Zach, what a devil, what a devil,
The rapist is?
devil you are, sitting
Oh, the person who's not a rapist. Right, okay.
begging all day on your little seat.
While she gets gifts sent to her on TikTok and begs all day and does battles and all sorts of stuff. Never mind.
Sitting begging all day, well, let me tell you.
Sitting on his seat. What would you like him to be sat on? I mean, what would please you? Where should he be sitting? On his fireplace? I mean, like...
Let me tell you, that's what happened in it.
Oh, yeah, Pearl Price said that's how it happened, so that's it. Never mind the law, never mind the newspapers, never mind anything to do with the investigation by the police. Pearl Price is here to tell us, and because she said it, we should just believe her, because she's such a trustworthy racist.
The family fetched them charges, and my cousin couldn't live because...
You can't just, like, call the police and be like, hey, yeah, I don't like this particular person. Yeah, can we get them done for a serious sexual crime, please? What do you mean you can't just do that? There needs to be evidence. People need to make statements. Yeah. Oh, and it isn't statutory. Yeah, it's not statutory because he was actually 16, she was 17. So it's got to be something else other than that. It's got to be... Right, okay. So I can't just ask you to put a rape charge on anyone I don't like. My mind's blown. So as you can see, Pearl is trying to treat this like some sort of Romeo and Juliet novel, but in reality, this is the story behind it. So we have boy found, obviously, and I'm not going to read this, but this is Gareth Price, described as a deeply disturbed teenager who unalived himself while locked up, waiting to be sentenced for, and there we go. Now, Gareth Price of County Durham never recovered from the shock of losing his older brother Levi, who unalived himself in the family's home. Gareth was found in his cell at a young offenders institution the day before he was due to be sentenced. Now, it said that the teenager was touched by several tragedies. Months after his brother's, and I'm not going to read that, his sister-in-law, Rose Ann, died in a car accident. Shortly after, in January 2003, Gareth was the driver of a stolen car that crashed into West Cornforth, killing a 13-year-old passenger. Liam Richardson from Ferry Hill, he pleaded guilty to death by dangerous driving and aggravated vehicle taking and was made the subject of an 18-month supervision order. Then during a holiday in the Liverpool area, he was arrested for, and you can see that. Now, there's no mention of a relationship, it just says that it happened on holiday. After pleading guilty, he was awaiting sentencing at Lancaster Farms Young Offenders Institution, and then obviously that is the story. So it's not some sort of romance. This guy pled guilty to raping her. It's that simple. Doesn't matter how you try and twist it, Pearl. So if you enjoyed that video looking into Pearl Price a little bit, Merlin, come on. Merlin thinks that you should check out this video over here, all about a guy called Evil Chester, one of Pearl's mods. Would you believe they all hang out together, these wrong'uns? These wrong'uns. Thanks, guys.